Hello everybody and welcome back to the Everton FC 26 career mode. In this series it is my goal to turn Merseyside blue, bring Everton back on top of English football as well as putting them on top of European football also. As you can probably tell lads, I'm feeling a little bit under the weather, so I apologise if I sound like I have less energy than normal. It's because of the reason I just mentioned. Not feeling very well right now, but we're going to power on through because we have some very big games to get through in this episode. As you can see here, we are top of the league, just over the halfway point of the Premier League season, and things are looking very, very promising indeed. Speaking of looking promising, if we switch over here to the Champions League, we are one victory away from sealing our path to the last 16, and we are still within a shout of finishing on top of the Champions League table. So we've had a really, really impressive league phase campaign, and hopefully we can wrap that up in the best way possible in this episode. But also in this episode, we will have the second leg of the League Cup semi-final. We are currently 3-2 up from the first leg against Newcastle, so hopefully we can go to St James's Park. I would honestly take the most boring 0-0 draw possible if it meant that we get through to the final of the League Cup, where we will be playing either Tottenham or Fulham in that final. So that will be one of the featured games in this episode, as well as an away trip to Old Trafford. But before then, we have a few highlights to get through. So without further ado, let me show you those. So the first highlights of the episode were up against Tottenham Hotspur at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. This is a fixture that has been very kind to us, and this one was no different. Tierno Barry with his 19th league goal of the season. Would you believe he's not our top scorer this season in all competitions? He is second to Kai Rooney. But in the Premier League, he is the top scorer, and that was a really, really good finish there from the Frenchman, and it really did set the tone for the game as well. A couple of minutes before halftime, Eric Bunham, who scored some very good goals in Season 1, hasn't been very prolific here in the second season, but that was a really good finish there to double our advantage right on the stroke of halftime. Nothing that Vicario could do about that. In the second half then, Kai Rooney, who is our top goal scorer in all competitions, got in on the act. Barry with the assist, Rooney with the left-footed finish, and Everton with the third goal. And then Eric Bunham got his second of the game with half an hour to go. I completely overplayed this. Rooney went too close to the keeper. I had to turn it back, and Eric Bunham was there to slot it home for his second and our fourth. Tottenham did pull one back though with Tell. Decent finish here. Didn't really mean much in the grand scheme of things, but unfortunately we don't keep a clean sheet. But we do go up and get a fifth goal. Esteban Lepal off the bench for his third league goal of the season, and that was the cherry on top of the icing, on top of the cake here in the first game of the episode against Tottenham. So our attention then switched over to the Champions League, where we took on 30th place Karabag, and victory here would seal our path to the last 16. Akliush getting the goal scoring started there, his first European goal for Everton, and it did give us the lead here in the 31st minute. And just like Barry's goal against Spurs, this set the tone for the rest of this game, because speaking of Barry, 6 minutes later he doubled our advantage here. Bit of a heavy touch after a good ball from Kai Rooney, but he managed to slide it past the goalkeeper and doubled our advantage going into the halftime break. Then we got a penalty in the second half. Kai Rooney won the penalty, Kai Rooney took the penalty, and then Kai Rooney misses the penalty. Not a great spot kick there from the youngster. I mean, I thought I'd hit it perfectly, but he somehow missed the target, and the lead did stay at 2 instead of 3. But not for long, because then Kobbie Mainoo, former Manchester United player, did get his first Champions League goal of the season as well. Akliush's shot initially saved, and then he cut it back for the youngster to put it into that bottom corner to make it 3-0. Joaquin Says then got in on the act, and this seemed to be a theme today. His first Champions League goal of the season brought him in for Robinson, who was a little bit tired, and he came up with the goods here to quadruple our advantage here against the team from... Where the hell are Karabag from again? Oh my god, I've completely forgotten where they're from. Oh my god, where the hell are they from again? Azerbaijan. I actually had to Google that. I had it in my head, and then it just completely left my brain. As I said, lads, not feeling the best at the moment. So yeah, sorry to any Qarabag fans out there. Apologies if I've insulted you. But Joaquin says did make it 4-0. And then you guessed it, another player came up with their first Champions League goal of the season. That was Esteban Lepal. He got the 5th goal against Tottenham. He got the 5th goal here. And Everton are now through to the last 16 of the Champions League. And for the first time in this episode, let's quick sim a game here now up against Antonio Conte's Bournemouth. They just lost to Man City in real life. Not Conte's Bournemouth, but the real life Bournemouth. But Conte has taken over them here. They're down in 9th at the moment, so not doing terrible, but I still feel pretty comfortable quick simming this one. Do we get the 3 points here against them? Yes, we do. Akliou shot yet another goal. Kai Rooney makes up for missing the penalty in the Champions League and gets us the opening goal in this game. Evan Nielsen did pull one back, but it wasn't enough for Bournemouth to get anything from this game, and we get another 3 points here in this episode. Small bit of transfer news here as well. Harrison Armstrong did request to go out on loan. He wasn't happy with his game time, and I can certainly understand why. Eric Bunham has been playing a lot ahead of him, and yeah, I think with the player who's that young, with the potential that he has, probably is good to get him out on loan, to get him some minutes. So he has joined Rayo Vallecano for the rest of the season. So Araujo, the free agent who he signed in the summer, will be the backup CDM for the rest of the season, and hopefully Armstrong will play quite a lot of football out in Spain and come back a few ratings higher. Oh wow. Oh wow. Okay, we have just had an unexpected event pop up, but it's the most positive one I've gotten so far. The owners are pleased with the club's trajectory and have given the club a cash injection of 86.7 million. This money is being added to your transfer budget, giving you the opportunity to capitalise on your recent successes. Wow, okay, I was not expecting that. Do I bite the bullet and bring in a new CDM? Eric Bunham has had a really good episode. He got the 2 goals against Tottenham, but we've just loaned out Armstrong, and now we've gotten this money, which means we can buy any CDM really that we want, within reason. And I do have a player in mind. Do I go and sign him? Oh, that has given me a bit of a dilemma, but a good dilemma. Oh, okay, I'm really going to have to think about this, because I was going to wait until the summer, but this just feels like the perfect opportunity to go and make a big signing. So that injection of cash means we now have 95 million in the budget. And my only kind of fear with this is that we might get an unexpected event that we got in season 1, where none of it will carry over into the next season. I don't know if those 2 unexpected events can happen within the same season. So I kind of want to take advantage of having this money whilst it's there. And here's what I'm thinking. Let's go and sign Adam Wharton. Or maybe we go for Elliot Anderson. The last time I checked the shortlist, they were the exact same rating, but now Anderson has gone up to an 83, whilst Adam Wharton is at an 82. Similar market values. Elliot Anderson only about £1 million more expensive than Wharton, but Wharton is 2 years younger. Both in, the primes of their career, but still. I had my heart set on Adam Wharton, but now I'm like, do I go for Elliot Anderson? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to check who's lower down the Premier League, and whoever is lower in the Premier League, I will sign that player from that team. I think that only makes sense. Oh, well, this is typical. Wouldn't you believe they're having nearly identical seasons, Forest and Palace? But Palace are just behind them on goal difference. Forest have +4, whilst Palace have a -4. So you know what? Let's go for the team who could probably do with a bit more of an injection of cash in Crystal Palace, and let's sign Adam Wharton. Oh, so I'm an idiot. I forgot to record me putting in the offer for Adam Wharton, but we did put in an offer initially of 38 million. They came back and wanted 17.2 plus Joaquin says. I then came back and said 40 million, just rounded up, and they were happy to accept that. So let's go in now and offer Adam Wharton his contract. Really excited about using him. Here comes the catchphrase when I sign a player. I've never used Adam Wharton in career mode, but when I knew I was doing an Everton career mode, this was one of the players I had in mind that I would like to eventually sign. And we're doing it a few months earlier than expected, but I am not complaining about that. He is requesting an important squad role. Okay, I thought he would have asked for crucial, but I will happily give him important, so we will accept that. Let's offer him a 5-year deal. I have a feeling he's going to come back and say 4, which, if he does, that's not a problem. Nope, he's happy with 5. Lovely stuff. Not that I plan on doing another 5 seasons, but still, it's nice to tie them down for as long as possible. I'm going to deny that release clause. This ain't La Liga. You don't need to have a release clause in there. So we will reject that. And he is going to let me discuss the financial terms. So look, he's joining a Champions League team, so he's going to want a bit of a bump in his wages. So I'm happy to give him 90 grand a week, and we'll throw 200k on top of it as a signing bonus. And is Adam Wharton happy to accept that? Let's see. That should be enough. But you never know until you know. And yes, thankfully, his agent says he is happy with that. And Adam Wharton is now an Everton player. Very, very excited about this. Listen, we're in a very good position at the moment in terms of our league position. We've just qualified for the last 16 of the Champions League. We have the second leg of the League Cup semi-final coming up as well, where we are leading against Newcastle. So this signing should go a long way in terms of solidifying those competitions and hopefully getting us as far as possible in all of them. The league is ours to lose. I would say we are probably the favourites in the League Cup as well because of that reason. And in the Champions League, look, it ain't going to be easy, but we're going to give it a mighty go. And I definitely think having a player of Adam Wharton's quality is going to go a long way for us. Welcome to the Hill Dickinson Stadium, Adam Wharton. Oh, lads, how cool is this? This is one of the coolest things I've seen on this channel when it comes to career mode. Some people might be going, what the hell are you talking about? A 63 rated player getting a loan offer from an Irish team. But allow me to explain the context. So Ronan Dunn, we signed as a free agent in the summer. He is the regen of Seamus Coleman. Seamus Coleman was signed from Sligo Rovers by Everton. And here we are now with Ronan Dunn, Seamus Coleman's regen, in the team, and Sligo Rovers have come in with a loan offer. I am 100% accepting this. Now, as you can see, St. Pat's originally tried to get him, and that got rejected. Bohemians also came in for him, and we did accept that. But what I've noticed is, if you don't negotiate how much of the wage you're going to pay with teams from certain leagues, the deal doesn't go through because the team just can't afford the wage. But if I negotiate this and decide to pay all of Ronan Dunn's wage, this deal will go through. So that's what I'm going to do, and Seamus Coleman's regen can go back to Seamus Coleman's original club. That is a really, really cool thing to see. It's an away trip to Prague for the final league phase game of the Champions League, but we have already qualified. Although Slavia Praha, or is this Sparta Praha? I'm already after forgetting which one it is, but regardless of which one it is, they are actually in third place. They've had a fantastic campaign here in the Champions League, but both of us have already qualified for the last 16, so I've rotated the team here. Let's go and give this a quick sim. Actually, let me just take Akliush out of the team, just because I want to keep the team as fresh as possible. Soriso can come in, but now let's give it a quick sim. Can we get another victory here in the Champions League? A 2-2 draw. Yeremy Pino came off the bench to get a late equaliser. Esteban Lepal did give us the opening goal of the game, and we share the points here in Prague. So this is how the Champions League table looks at the end of the league phase. PSG topping the table, the real-life European champions bringing their real-life form into this game. 8 wins from 8, but we are just behind them in second place with 6 wins from 8, 2 draws, undefeated, and quite a good goal-scoring record as well, which I'm very, very happy with. And it was Sparta Praha who we played in that game. I always get Sparta and Slavia mixed up. My apologies to fans of either of those teams, but look at how well Sparta Praha did. I know they beat Real Madrid. That is something that I did see right before we played Real Madrid. They only lost 1 game out of 8. Very, very impressive. AC Milan, Man City, Arsenal, Barcelona and Bayern Munich all finishing in the top 8. Let's see if any big team got knocked out. No sign of Real Madrid so far. Real Madrid just about qualify for the Champions League playoffs. Very, very lucky for them there to not get knocked out of this competition entirely. Ajax just missing out there. Let's see if there's any other big teams. Slavia Praha. That was, I knew they were in the tournament as well. That was why I was getting them mixed up. They get knocked out. Rangers get knocked out. Let's see, Hearts, who are top of the Scottish League in real life. Not a very impressive campaign for them in the Champions League. But yeah, nobody overly surprising getting knocked out. Real Madrid obviously coming very close. But look, whatever about that, the main thing is that we've qualified in fantastic fashion. And hopefully we get a decent draw now in the last 16. But now it is time for the first featured game of the episode. Adam Wharton will be making his debut in this game as well, as we take a trip to Old Trafford to take on my favourite team in real life, Manchester United. They may be my favourite team, but I am going to show them no mercy in this fixture. Let's hope we get the 3 points here at the Theatre of Dreams. Here's Adam Wharton now, his first touch as an Everton player. Gives it over to Yeremy Pino, his former Crystal Palace teammate. Let's try and create the first big opportunity of this game. Into Kai Rooney, formerly of Manchester United, and of course son of Manchester United legend Wayne Rooney, but his shot goes right at the keeper. And here's Barcola now, the top scorer in the Premier League, who has given us some trouble in this career mode already. Remember, United battered us at the Hill Dickinson Stadium earlier this season, and as I said, I know subconsciously sometimes you can take it easy on your favourite team, but I promise you, I didn't take it easy on them. And I won't be taking it easy on United in this game either. That's a good ball by Mainu, but Barry just unable to get there. Oh, good interception there by Akliouche, who's been in good form in this episode. Can Barry stay on side there? I think he would have. But unfortunately, it gets dispossessed. United now on the break here with Barcola again. Oh, good tackle by Jake O'Brien. Absolutely fantastic. Barry now. Rooney's making the run. Can he see him? Yes, he can. Kai Rooney on his left foot. Hits the bloody post. Oh, what a chance that was to take the lead. Really good interception by Jake O'Brien. Rooney then has the shot. Just clips the post. Oh, and it stays at 0-0 here. Oh, Mainu did well to win the header. I can't even speak. It ends up back with Kai Rooney, and we take a 1-0 lead here at Old Trafford. The former Manchester United Youth Academy player comes back to haunt his old team, and we take the lead here at Old Trafford. Went a bit quiet there for a second. I didn't actually expect anything to happen from Mainu's header. Barry did well, though, to hold on to the possession. He found Kai Rooney, who found the back of the net, and we have the lead here against the Red Devils. Branthwaite now going on a surging run. He's got Pino and Barry in support. He finds Tierno Barry. Is this going to be 2-0? It nearly was. Lemens with the save, but we really have the momentum swinging in our favour at the moment. Oh, it nearly went in! Branthwaite, oh, again, I went kind of quiet there, not expecting much to come from that corner. It hit the bar. I thought it was going to go over the line. Oh, but it manages to stay out. And United can breathe a huge sigh of relief there. Oh, here's Šeško now with a very, very good shot there. Jordan Pickford had to make the save. And here's another look at our chance from the corner. It's clearly not over the line, but it was quite close. We still only lead by the 1 goal though, but now Manchester United have a corner at the other end. Bruno whips it into Šeško, and thankfully it goes wide. United looking to go on one last attack here. Here's Patrick Dorgu, playing on the right-hand side in this game. Out to Bruno, finds Mbumo. Branthwaite with a really good tackle. Let's try and hit them on the break now. Can we win that? Yes, we can. Akliouche. I'd love to get this second goal before half-time. Rooney. Barry, Akliouche, keep making that run. Oh, end-to-end stuff here. Akliouche does get the second goal of the game, and we will be leading by 2-0 going into the half-time break. Akliouche with his 8th league goal of the season, and the Toffees lead the Red Devils by 2 here at Old Trafford. Here's Dorgu now again. United looking to get off to a positive start here in the second half. And Mbumo looking to go for the strike, but a good tackle there by Branthwaite. Mainu now on the counter-attack. Rooney's making that run. Kai Rooney, go for the power shot. Kai Rooney! Lemens with a really good save. Pino's ball in, which Branthwaite will win! Oh, it's ended up in the back of the net! I don't think Jared Branthwaite is going to get the goal. Excuse me a second. My apologies, not feeling great at the moment. I think that's going to go down as an own goal. But what a header that was. A bit of a calamity there from Manchester United. Pino whipped in the ball. Jared Brantwaite has won so many headers in this career mode, yet he never seems to score. And technically he hasn't scored here either. This is going to go down as an own goal. Bruno went to clear it. It comes off Lamens in the back of the net, and we are 3-0 up. But it's gone down as a Bruno own goal. My God, that makes no sense. I tell you what, we've really been in the mood though in this episode. 5 against Tottenham, 5 against Qarabag, 3 now against Manchester United. And I tell you what, with the way this game has gone, you wouldn't be surprised if there was more where that came from. Although here come United now in Bumo. Oh, of course when I start talking like that, United go and pull one back. So it's not over yet here at Old Trafford. 3-1, just over half an hour to go, and Bumo hands them a lifeline. Yeremy Pino now going on the run though, out to Akliouche. I'll make that run, Barry. Barry, he's got Rooney in the middle. Probably should have tried to pick him out, but we do get another corner here. Going to take the corner short. Akliouche is going to whip this one in. Brantwaite will win the header, but of course, once again, doesn't get his goal. How frustrating must that be? The one time you get the header on target, it goes on the back of the net, but you don't get credited with the goal. But how pissed off must Bruno be that it went down as his own goal, even though he didn't even get the last touch? United on the attack here now again, though. I tell you what, if they get the next goal, it makes things very interesting. And Dorgu will whip that ball in, and they do get the next goal. Oh, and it's Barcola. 3-2. Well, what's weird about this is when they played us at the Hill Dickinson Stadium, they went 3-0 up, and we brought it back to 3-2. Now it's the opposite way around. United did end up winning that game 4-2. And now I'm looking to do the same here. Did he actually get the last touch there, Barcola, or is that an own goal as well? Oh no, he clearly won that header. The other angle was kind of deceiving. 24 goals in 24 games for Barcola. What a season he's having. Alcaraz now fresh off the bench. Rooney is in the middle again. Is that going to find him? No, it's not. Lamens with the catch, and United have made a few attacking changes. Ahmad has come on. Here he is now. We did bring on Eric Bunham for Adam Wharton, who wasn't fully fit coming into this game after signing him from Palace, so I knew I was going to have to take him off at some stage. And it's really, really handy now that we have someone like Eric Bunham on the bench, in case someone like Wharton gets tired. Can we go on the attack here yet again, though, and get this fourth and sealing goal? Here's Esteban Nepal. He's got a few goals in this episode. He sees Rooney though in the middle, and Rooney with an absolute beauty seals the 3 points. It's basically the opposite of what happened in the reverse fixture, but thankfully we will be the team getting the 3 points. We beat us is the way I will put this. I've beaten my favourite team in real life here with Everton, but I will very happily take this 3 points. A very impressive debut by Wharton, and great to see that the high goal scoring games in this episode did not come to an end here at Old Trafford. Beautiful finish here as well by Rooney. Oh no! Oh, Ronan Dunn's loan to Sligo is broken down. Oh, that is so disappointing. Oh, he's going to go to Bows instead. I fell in love with the story of Seamus Coleman's regen going back to Seamus Coleman's original team. Ah, that's actually... you know what? I would have happily lost that game to United if it meant that Ronan Dunn went out on loan to Sligo. Oh, that's really, really annoying. But now it is time for the final game of the episode, and it's a massive one. The second leg of the Carabao Cup semi-final up against Newcastle at St James's Park. We are 3-2 up from the first leg. We're in a good position, but the job is far from over. Stefan Ortega playing for Newcastle. Didn't realise he joined them in this career mode. But we are looking not only to get Everton to their first final since 2009, but also to get Everton to win their first trophy since 1995. Of course, we are on course to win the league title, but I would love to win this League Cup alongside it. And as I said at the start of the episode, I would happily take a boring 0-0 draw here. It may not be the most entertaining game we've ever seen on the channel, but if it gets us to a final, then I will gladly accept it. But here come Newcastle now, looking to go on the first attack of the game. Here's Tonali, Vlahovic. Of course, they wouldn't take a 0-0 draw. That literally would knock them out. Oh, but here's Alanga. Oh, if Newcastle get an early goal here, it really changes the tone of this game. Tonali back out to Vlahovic. Is that offside? No, it's not. But thankfully it ends up in the arms of Jordan Pickford. Good ball by Rooney. Here's Menu. Oh, good interception there. I know I said I'd take 0-0, but I also wouldn't mind a goal just to calm one or two nerves. Alanga now running down this right-hand side. Robinson, I was pressing circle and he wouldn't do anything. Here's Alanga again. Back out to Willock. Newcastle seeing a lot of the ball here in this first half. Vlahovic. Into Gordon. Oh, thank God. Misses the target. Oh, okay. The nerves are at an all-time high here. Newcastle haven't created a lot, but they are seeing far more of the ball than we have. And that was a golden opportunity for them to bring it back on level terms on aggregate. Here's Robinson now again, down this left-hand side. Can he whip in a decent ball here, looking for Akliouche? But Ortega will grab that one. And he looks to set Newcastle off on the attack here again with Alanga. Into Vlahovic. Oh, good interception by Branthwaite. Come on, here's Rooney. Jared Branthwaite did just sign a new contract as well. So he has committed his long-term future to Everton. And we take the lead here at St James Park. 1-0 on the night. 4-2 I should say on aggregate. Tierno Barry with a big goal here. And it gives us a bit of breathing room. Oh, here on Tyneside. Really well worked goal. Akliouche there with a decent run, played it into Barry. Listen, you know what happens next anytime he's in that position. Ortega couldn't get near it and has that put 1 foot into the Carabao Cup final for Everton. And the half-time whistle does blow here. Not quite the boring 0-0. Both teams with big chances, but we did take our big chance as Tierno Barry's goal is enough to separate the teams on the night and to give us a 2-goal advantage on aggregate. Let's go and finish the job now in the second half. Oh, Tonali, good run there. Anthony Gordon, who missed a big chance in that first half. Elouadi with a great bit of defending, gives it back to Gordon again. Willock. They still have it here. Out to Bruno Guimaraes. Tonali. He can hit them. So can Alanga. But Pickford thankfully is there to save it. How many times has Anthony Gordon been down this left-hand side in this game? Feels like far too many. Elouadi though has been in really good form, I should say, in this game. Pino now into Barry. I will say the second half is going very fast. Probably too fast for Newcastle. But I tell you what, surely this goal here from Kai Rooney has sealed our path to Wembley. And we will be playing in the League Cup final here in Season 2. Really good finish there from Rooney. And that hopefully has put this beyond any doubt now that Everton will be in their first final since 2009 and hopefully sets us up to win their first trophy since 1995. Okay, well, this is a bit bizarre. So I momentarily stopped the recording after that goal just so I could run to the loo. I came back and, hand on heart, completely forgot to start the recording again until about 2 minutes later. And I've only just noticed now by pausing again, Jake O'Brien got sent off. But I have no idea where he got sent off. I don't remember him fouling anybody. We did give away a free kick that happened when I wasn't recording that I didn't think would have led to a red card. But that's the only place I can think of where he might have got sent off. So yeah, we're currently down to 10 men. Oh, here's Bruno Guimaraes. Oh, Newcastle do pull one back. 2-1 here. Oh, we go down to 10 men and then we let one in. But look, thankfully with the aggregate scoreline and with only 10 minutes left, I don't think they'll have enough time to pull off an amazing comeback. But we don't get to keep the clean sheet here. And Bruno Guimaraes hands Newcastle some bit of a lifeline. And I also should just mention as well that despite the fact that Jake O'Brien did get sent off, his suspension won't be in the League Cup final. I think in real life it would be. But in the game, thankfully, his suspension will be for the next league game. So as much as we'll miss him in that fixture, I'd rather miss him in a league game than miss him in a cup final. So yeah, at least we don't have to worry about him not playing the big game at Wembley. They haven't actually said how much added time is left, but we have it here. In the corner, El Ouadi on the opposite side to where he normally is. He'll whip that ball in. Ortega catches it, but the full-time whistle blows here at St. James's Park, and we have qualified for the final of the League Cup. The pub's buzzing there in the blue half of Merseyside. A really, really professional performance, despite going down to 10 men. I still actually can't work out where Jake O'Brien got sent off, but whatever. Kai Rooney did get the clinching goal on the night, and we have a trip to Wembley in our horizon. And the opponent we will be playing in the League Cup final will be the team that we battered at the start of this episode in Tottenham. The real-life Europa League holders will be playing us at Wembley in the first domestic cup final of the season, where hopefully we can win not just our first trophy of this season, but our first trophy of the series overall. I am very, very excited for this game. But I tell you what, lads, it's not looking like it's going to be our only silverware of the season if we are to win that final. Because if we come over here to the Premier League, Arsenal have jumped above Liverpool there in second place, but we are 7 points clear of the Gunners at the top of the table. 14 games to go in the Premier League season. It's looking very, very promising. Could we do, I was going to say a treble, but I think we could definitely do a double. A League and League Cup double is definitely very achievable. Champions League, look, stranger things have happened on the channel, but I'm not fully expecting that to happen this season. And something I need to address as well, I know I said that my goal for this series is of course for Everton to win the treble, so if we win the League, League Cup and Champions League, that will not count as the treble. It has to be the League, the FA Cup and the Champions League. I want to win the treble that United won in 99 and that City won in 2023, even though nobody cares about when they won it because they cheated. But anyways, that will do it for this episode of the Everton FC 26 Career Mode, lads. If you did enjoy it, please do hit that like button. Consider subscribing to the channel as well. We are on the road to 800 subscribers. I would love to hit that milestone before the end of this series, and I will talk to you all in the next episode. Thank you for tuning in, and take care.